Casio keyboard.
Yeah, because imagine if we got a Casio little keyboard, you know, we could do intro every
What would be your
something, yeah, we figure something out.
Or it could be a new one every time.
No, or it could be one that so you know it's us.
Right.
See,
a theme song is always a good idea.
You know, it could just be like 3 or 4 keys, like bam 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 bam.
How tiny is the Casio?
Okay. I know I'm putting in my hand, but you know that can be big.
Bro, everything's more expensive right now. I wonder if those are more expensive.
Shit.
Because I just looked up the Bible that I have. 2 years ago, cost me $18. I was gonna buy one for Xavier's birthday. It's $60 right now.
What? I feel like that's just people taking advantage of the situation. Because you know what? I went to Michoacana, bro. And to get my salsa, because I don't know how to make salsa, sorry guys. And normally that, you know, a tub of salsa costs you like $2-3, right, bro? $5.24.
Yeah, they're just
taking advantage. Man. What scarcity do you have? What do you know what I'm saying?
Well, the only thing logic that makes sense to me is that because the gas costs more, so it costs more to transport and all that shit.
Man, they can make that shit right there at the stove. What they sell vegetables there.
Right. That's what we're gonna have to start doing, man. Having our own gardens and shit. But anyway,
you can do it to your path.
Definitely.
For sure. We should get on that ASAP, man.
Interesting.
This is episode what?
124.
124. It's gonna be about fear.
Fear.
All right.
What did I write down?
What you want to talk about regarding fear, Chris?
Where is it? So what is what I wrote down? Unnecessary fears, logical fears, how to handle fears, past fears.
Whoa, okay. Let's take it one by one.
Okay.
We are high. All right. So you said unnecessary fears.
Yes.
Go ahead. Give me a few.
All right. So I feel like this constant unnecessary fears are fears that we have no control of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this constant nagging and fear mongering and showing us pictures of like the ocean filled with trash, and I mean, yes, you can control what you can control, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like if the globe is gonna warm, the globe is gonna warm. And stressing yourself out and making yourself isolated from your family.
Look at these polar bears stuck on this lonely piece of ice.
Right.
How will they ever survive?
Right. And not being part of your family because they're not stressed out about it like you are. That's not going to help the polar bears in any way.
Shit.
Right? You're just making yourself sick.
Exactly.
So that's one.
It's kind of like when my mom, she told me when she first came to the country, she saw in commercials about, you know, help these poor kids out in this country. You give them a dime or whatever. But she saw the hustle. They won't stop asking you for money, and you feel obligated because they send you, look, this is the kid you're helping, and look, he needs you to support him. And man,
what's crazy is what we know now, because governments have been not that far.
I thought you were good. Okay.
No, but because governments have been proven to have lied about things and tested on us, and it's been like documented, and it's clear, like for instance Tuskegee and stuff like that. So we know that if government will do that, businesses will do that, and there's already been scams that have been uncovered where we find out that donate foundations are not really, barely a little bit of money goes to the actual thing, and yeah, I don't know why.
The unnecessary fear was that, you know, watching on the show, the TV,
right.
Like, look at these kids, they need you. Like, that's just, you know.
Right.
That's just pulling at your heartstrings for the sake of.
Right. What else? War. World War and shit that's going on. Like, we can't do nothing about it, bro. Like, yeah, maybe sharing an article might raise some awareness.
But I ain't about to suit up.
Right, exactly. None of us are. None of us want to, and unless it comes to our shores, and there's really, they're just talking points, and just, but it's not worth fearing about. And I think, I think a lot of it is trying to stay local, and I think a lot of people say local, like, you know, buy local, stay local, but thinking local is away from avoiding unnecessary fears.
It's true, and that's the problem because so many people have wanted to you know these 24-hour news networks, you know what I'm saying, and even 24-hour sports networks, you know what I'm saying, like they just constantly you're overreaching, you know, and instead of just trying to stay local, what's going on in my little city, watching the 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning news, you know what I'm saying. Now you're watching all news all fucking day and trying to find out what's going on the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna affect you, and then it stresses you out and gets you angry, like it's gonna happen in your fucking neighborhood, dog. But it's really not. What you're doing is, you know, you're falling to the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Like you're allowing yourself to get stressed out, and that throws you in a state of uneasiness, and then you'll buy anything, as in like not necessarily like take my money. Well, sometimes yeah, but like as in like here, this is real news, when in fact it's not really what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sir, 100%. And it puts you in that fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
So like people are like constantly in that mode.
Yeah, and that's why they're always ready to argue to death. You know what I'm saying?
For shit that matters to nobody.
Yeah, it does not benefit you one iota, but yeah, you're ready to like to lose family and lose friends over this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to have an unnecessary fear recently of not getting likes on social media, but not even realizing I fear it. But it was like, oh, you don't get no likes, like, oh, this sucks. But validation. But deleting those apps from my phone really helped.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's something we should talk about. But shout out to Chris, man, for kicking the addiction to social media, man, taking him off his phone.
Yeah. And my percentage, you know how the iPhone tells you like how much percentages you. I mean, I went down like 30% last week.
Already,
because of that.
Already.
So yeah.
That's how much of your life you're wasting.
Yeah. Just scrolling, endless scrolling.
Think about that for a second. Exactly.
Nonsense commercials and hot chicks and then news from across the world that has nothing to do with me. So then not only are we worried about like our local gas prices, local bread prices, we're also worried about some dude in Russia or Ukraine. So then it's like, well, you gotta get your priorities right, get your fears straight, put them in order, and the ones that you can actually do something about. You should have. So a necessary fear would be like logical fears would be like going hungry. Like you should fear the fact, but not because also but you should fear the fact of being lazy if not putting any effort. I think that there should be
I feel like so many people don't have the correct fear of like losing their jobs. I feel like so many people just especially at my I've been in my job. So many people there that like just seem to like not give a fuck.
Right, there's no logical fear.
Yeah, and it's like, don't you have bills to pay? Like, aren't you afraid that you'll get fired or written up or something? Like I'm not saying like be a little pussy, right? But at the same time, like, when you're at your job, like when you're at work, work. I know it's a strange concept, right? But like I said, it's popular in the new generation to fuck off, like to be lazy. You know what I'm saying? They make it a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if we're all being taken advantage of. But it's but we're not. I mean, we are and we're not. But it's like if you also get what you put into it. You know what I mean? So the people who are happy at their jobs and get promotions and shit was because they were putting in the work and then, whatever. But the fear of losing stability. But I think because some people assume, well, there's unemployment. And I've tried to get unemployment one time because I got fired one time and I didn't get it. So I was like, nah, there's that fear of not having work.
Yeah. No, the stability thing, you're right. I mean, I recently had to go through the destabilizing, of my life too. And yeah, at the end of the day, what I was really sad about was that, like, man, I was happy in my little comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? I had a little, I thought I had shit already, a good. I thought the shit was stable for me, right? And I had confidence. Yeah, I had confidence in that stability. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now it's not. You know what I'm saying? It
was like clear sailing.
Yeah, and now
there's a storm.
Yeah, now we're in uncharted waters. You know what I'm saying? That's where we are. You know what I'm saying? We're in uncharted waters.
Right.
And yeah, it's scary, bro. Like I get it, man. Like a lot of people. Yeah, basically that. I get it. Why when stuff feels like it's not stable no more? Yeah, that's a fear too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like you said, it feels like in the storm, feel like you might get lost in the water. But man, if it could lead you somewhere good too. You know what I'm saying? And because it ain't no point in just going kicking and screaming. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta go, you might as well go.
And the most feet. From what I've seen in movies and shit, a lot of times it's the people who just go with it. So like you just tie yourself up to the boat, and that's like the best way to survive. You know what I mean?
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go with
Have
the wave
faith.
and shit. Yeah, have faith. I was gonna say that too, the faith. Because I mean, if you really believe, then God can get you through anything. I was gonna ask, do you think that we should fear death?
And I think those who do, I get it. Like, if you got family, you got stuff, you got kids, you know what I'm saying? You have a spouse, all this stuff. But like it is, because me as a human being, as a being here on earth, who has relations and has a group of people who I feel like I would really be sad to leave, to feel like I'm abandoning them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that would make me sad. That's what I fear the most is being just feeling like I left people hanging. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like I left so much work unfinished. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why, like I said, I move so fast through shit. When I try to deal with shit, we gonna deal with it, bro. Cause we gonna, while we're here, what else we gonna do but deal with it, fam? So yeah, when it is time to go, we can say that we did our job and put in full effort. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean you got the W every time, right? But if you can say that, hey man, I put in full effort in what the jobs that were put in front of me, the tasks that were put in front of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can move on with some peace in your heart and hopefully be able to say, okay, hopefully I'm done here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can see what the next level is about. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, like a lot of people just don't find a purpose here. You know what I'm saying? It's like that movie Soul. The purpose is to live, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like you're not gonna get another chance to be on planet Earth ever again and be a human being again and wake up in whatever the hell incarnation you're in right now. You're never gonna get a chance to wake up in it. So make the fucking most of it, dog, and live. Try to. That doesn't necessarily even mean you gotta go out there and I'm gonna do everything, bro. Start with trying to be a good damn person and influence those around you to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's. Like that, when you die and you look back on all the shit you did, you're gonna be really happy looking back at the times where you decided to say, I'm gonna start living to be a good influence, instead of when you were just like, how can I get somewhere better? How can I achieve more money? How can I achieve, more whatever, more selfish shit, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I would hope that some people really get to that point one day where they realize that, yeah, man, it's really more important to be about wanting to help others and than just be about helping yourself. You know what I mean? Cause but like I said, you're only gonna be here once. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wants to say, live a good life. Well, yeah, man, that's what Jesus said. Do unto others as you would have done to you. You know what I'm saying? So be a good example. And everybody always complains about, man, there's no more good examples. Everyone's this, everyone's that. Well, you start by being the first good example, fam. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see, man, it's gonna rub off. That's how it be. Happiness is contagious. When people see you being happy because you've adopted a lifestyle to where you live good morally. You know what I'm saying? You got good intentions. You know what I'm saying? You're not a malicious dude with ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? Life will repay you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Life will get you back.
For sure.
I didn't say any of those. I haven't said any of my necessary or unnecessary fear.
I'm bad.
Let me think though. But an unnecessary fear, I think you said it. Let me see. An unnecessary fear is, I feel like anxiety is a big one. I know I struggle with it now still, but I struggle with it way more when I was younger. I'm talking about my even late 20s, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, I get why this world is it's interesting. Why this world, this generation, we're so full of anxieties, and shit, and why the simplest of things stress us out. But the fact of the matter is that once you're able to step away and say things to yourself like, is this thing that I'm having an anxiety attack about life or death? And you can step back and say, no, it's not. You can little by little deflate the situation, right? But most of us we panic and we inflate the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I think all those anxieties that we have, social anxieties, even for the most part, bro, most mental anxieties too, man. Like it's all shit that we we put there. You know, we put ourselves at disease. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yes, it can be because someone said something or a group of people said something, and now you're taking it a whole different way. But I believe that you can give yourself a lot of diseases just by like stressing the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? You really throw yourself off. You know what I mean? Really to the point where, yeah, who knows what you might do. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessary fear, shit, man. I'm always afraid to get into a wreck, so that's why I'm a good driver. You know what I'm saying? I follow all the rules. I believe unnecessary fear is a wreck because, look, I always tell people this. I know that you might be a good driver, but don't you ever assume these motherfuckers out here know how to drive.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You better always be on the defensive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about me is that I take car wreck seriously. When I see someone get into a wreck, I never laugh. I'm like, damn, you know, you're always like, man, I hope they're all right, because you know you've been in one, you know what it is. You know, when someone tells me they were in a wreck, I'm like, damn, I'm bad. But like, it
doesn't end that day.
Yeah,
like, hopefully they're good and
yeah,
shit, and then you
yeah,
got to deal with the paperwork, and it's weeks and months, and it's
it's gonna be a lot of hassle. You know, all because of some dumb shit. Like like getting into a little wreck or whatever. You know.
That's a necessary fear. More people need to have probably is taking care of their cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like these fucking big ass machines that could just kill somebody, and then like we just take them so lightly.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah. I feel what you're saying. What else you gonna say on the topic?
I wanted to also say that we're kind of designed and programmed to react to stress with anxiety because of, like, all right, for instance, school, right? Everything's a test, pass or fail. Like, you fuck up, like, it's all high anxiety, and then the news all high anxiety.
Having a career is an unnecessary fear, in my opinion, fam. Because look, like I said, man, most people who quote unquote got a career, you know, right out of high school or right out of college, or you know, did all that shit, don't even like what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, most people don't really, as far as career wise, like most people don't really get inspired till like a later age. You know what I'm saying? So I think this whole fear that they give these teenagers, you know, like you have to pick a career now, you have to pick a major now, you have to pick a college now.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
It's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? What we should be focused on is allowing them to go live life a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Allowing them to go see what it is to be out there and go get get a 9 to 5. So you have to see what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go see what it's like to have to earn some money. You know what I'm saying? To have to make adult decisions. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere along the way, you're gonna find something that you're into, and then boom, that's what you're gonna go do. That's cool. Hopefully, that's what you're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just, you know, hey, some people don't want to go to school. Some people just decided, yeah, I'm gonna go become a worker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm happy at my job. You know what I'm saying? It's kept me fed for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's treated me well, and you know, it's a hard labor job, but you know, I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, as long as I got my health, you know, God willing, I'm gonna keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do hope that, like I said, that this something leads to a side hustle, right? Where we're making some side hustle money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So what was how to handle fears? How do you handle your fears?
Well, you have to first, like I said, analyze yourself. Is this fear? Is this fear life or death?
Is it logical?
Well, you know what? No,
no, life or death.
I would never try to discount anyone's fear and say what you're scared of is not logical. No,
right, that's true.
Then you sort of like demeaning that person.
Correct.
And that's not ever good. No, what I would say first, like I said, I would approach it from the perspective of, is this fear life or death? Is this that level of fear? Should I get in that fight or flight mode or whatnot, whatever what we call it? And most of the times, I gotta say, we're gonna realize that no, we're stressing out over something, and everything with the plan, what I'm saying, with the good attitude can be faced, what I'm saying. But if you keep constantly running from it or trying to scheme your way out of it, or trying to
shortcut,
yeah, what I'm saying, it's not gonna work, and you just make the fear bigger, what I'm saying, because and then yeah. It really does become a thing of there is nothing to fear but fear itself. You know what I'm saying? Because you think it's there, you put it there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, but it's not really there. And then it won't be till after the fact. One day, a year later, you realize, damn. You know what I'm saying? It was all in my head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it is all in your head. These fears are all in our heads. You know what I mean? we are our, not saying our own worst enemy, right? But we're our biggest opponent. You know what I'm saying?
Because we can be our worst enemy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because because our ego's always trying to make things bigger than it is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, we let the past, make us think that this will be the same way, but not realizing that no, every moment, even if it's the same, even if it's you doing the same things, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Today is not the same as tomorrow. If I sit down and eat breakfast today, it's not going to be the same as I sat down and ate breakfast yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's going to be two different times, and you have to act accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
I read something, there's like a quote where it's like, you can step in the same river twice and it's never the same river.
Yeah.
So I was like in that situation.
I've heard that before.
So let's see, what were your childhood fears?
Oh, the dark. The dark.
Why were you afraid of the dark? What do you think was in it?
Like scary shit, and for the most part, like my dad liked scary movies, and they probably watched them in the dark, so I would probably get the shit scared out of me.
You think if scary movies took place in the light, kids would be afraid of the light?
Nah. But they wouldn't be afraid of the dark.
Right. If we gave them like a different idea of it.
That's why that's why, and that's really why that It guy he's twice as scared, because not only does he come out at night and in your fucking dreams, he is out in the daytime too. A lot of people don't analyze it like that. Like, why is he extra scary? Because he's out in broad daylight. Ain't none of these other cocksuckers out in broad daylight.
As kids, I guess we are fearful of evil. Right? It's like we're just afraid of evil. It's like instinctual or something.
You know what's funny, bro? Little kids, especially little girls, like baby girls, like I'm talking about little ones, like a lot of them, they are definitely afraid of me for some reason. Like,
you?
Yes. Like I had a homeboy named Eskimo. He had 2 daughters, right? And I remember the first one when she was little, before she turned 2, bro, she would like howl, cry when I came around.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yes, like I had done something to her, bro.
She thought you were a leopard,
bro. and then he had another baby girl a few years later, right? And by then I was real cool with the first one. Now she accepted me. She's like, oh, he's not scary. He's cool as fuck, But this one was the same. You know what I'm saying?
You wearing all black and shit?
No. But I think it's like I give off that snake vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I seem like anyone.
Well, sometimes they put the bad guy like on Dennis the Menace, that movie. The bad guy had like his hair like that kind of. Maybe it's.
Cause at the end of the day, anyone's capable of anything, right? But I guess because they see a certain look. You know what I'm saying? They sense something, right? And I get it. Maybe it's just the predator in me, right? That they sense.
Well, sometimes I think also like. We don't know what's happening. Like maybe the moms, they're always like afraid of. Men are often seen like bad guys. Like women are like, oh, it's a creepy looking dude over there. And so maybe she's just saying like, man, a stranger, a dude, and it's like
I feel you.
Put that fear in them.
I feel you. But yeah, I've always noticed that for the most part, little baby girls are like pretty afraid of me.
And boys didn't have the problem.
Nah, boys love me, especially the bad boys, like bad kids. They love me, bro. They listen to me right away. Like you can tell they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey, it's just because they sense the same thing as those little girls sense that scares them. They sense it, but they like it.
They respect it.
Yeah, they're like,
They want that too.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Fear. Well, how much we got right there?
That's like 30 minutes, right?
23? That's pretty good.
That's it? Those were all the topics? I was thinking you had a shitload
of I put past had a
What
hand
about
of fears,
you? How you deal
overcoming
with fears? How you deal with fears? What fears did you have as a kid? What the fuck? Come on, son.
Well, my fear, I've talked about several times, was of burglars and murderers. Just criminals for some reason. Movies.
No, I feel you.
But yeah, it's just this sense of evil. And I guess, I don't know if you grew up in the church, but I think the church also puts a little fear in you. Like you fear the devil, and then you're supposed to fear God, and you're not understanding the type of fear that's talking about.
I mean, like I told you, that's the hustle. Like the hustle is
the same thing the movie does.
You do this, or this happens to you. You do that, or this happens to you. See, that's why it's
school system. You pass or you fail. There's no in between. And it's like there's shades of gray, like
True.
but they don't. Then it's just like this and that. So you become afraid of this evil that's just inherently out there all the time. As a kid, I think that's how I was, without even realizing it. I was also afraid of my parents used to fight a lot. And this, I just remember this. I was afraid of like my dad just accidentally killing my mom or some shit.
Wow. I mean, well, you had legit reason for that, like
Yeah.
where you saw, that's yeah.
I used to put hands on her and shit. So yeah, that was fucking scary. And then there's a kind of fear that you have for a sister, right? Like when they're out there living their life, and you can't be like, well, it's out of my hands, and I can't be stressing always about my younger sister. So you just have to pray that they're good, or I'm not always with my son, and there's just if I could let myself fall into a panic attack just thinking about scenarios, right? But I've had to be like, no, more than likely it's gonna be this, and then also pray and have faith, and then definitely faith and prayer. My relationship with God, not the relationship that the church tried to teach me. My personal relationship with God is what helps me. I think the church teaches some kind of a lot of shit sometimes.
Yeah, and that's really what it is, bro. Like a lot of people, they don't agree because the church has told them different. But everyone's relationship with God is personal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't need no middleman.
Right.
For all intents and purposes, there's a part of God in you that already has a connection to God. So if I have the same reception, the same signal, the same everything as the dude with the hat, well, why do I need to go to him to communicate at all? Why do I need to tell him about my how the stuff I talk to God about? You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
But they break because they don't want like I said, but they want you to just think that they're above everything. You know what I'm saying?
Fear them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's almost like putting themselves up, like up there with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you will talk to him for you. We'll clear things up with him for you. Check. Tell us what you told him, and we'll tell you what that really meant.
Or what you need to do.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
that's profit. Yeah. But
profits for profit. That's what it is.
The Prophet Prophecy. They used to want to make an album called The Prophet Prophecy.
We still can.
Yeah. What do you feel about like those fears? Like people are like have like phobias.
Well, I think they're legit. Some people have phobias for a legit reason, fam. Like
spider phobia.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Maybe you woke up one day when you were little with a spider right there next to you, bro, and you just have a deathly fear of them now. Like,
or in a past life.
Yeah.
You fought a giant spider or something?
Oh yeah, I think that connects to a lot, stuff from past lives and shit like that.
Yeah. Or another universe you that had to deal with spiders for some reason.
That could be it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I covered it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. You. I love y'all, man.
Yeah.
Peace.